Good morning, students. Today's discussions is about very interesting topic in educational research and which is also a part of research design. That is sample. Have you ever heard this term sample before this class? Okay, let I clarify the term sample. Just consider an example. A person go to the grocery shop and ask for some chawal, that is the rice, and they show different types of rice in front of that person, and just touching few small amount of rice, and the person select one and buy a packet of that rice. Do the person think that the whole packet contain this type of rice which he just touch? Actually, the person choose the sample first, then he decided about that particular whole packet in population. Let another example. Suppose a girl go to the beauty parlor and want to buy some beauty product or face cream. They give different type of face cream and product in front of the girl. The girl shows and they described every product. The girl select one and came to home and apply it. If it gives the good result, then he again go to that shop or beauty parlor and again buy it. That means the girl first choose a sample of it. So sample, if there in every perspective and every context, if there is variety of option, then the sample arises. This term sample is meaningless if there is no option, if there is only a single option. Suppose, actually, have you ever gone to a local market for buying some fruits and vegetables? Yes. Whenever you have select some fruits and vegetable in the local market, you just touch one and two vegetables or fruits, then just buy the whole amount which you want to buy it. This is actually called the sampling. But main question is that from whom you buy it? You buy it from that person whose product is fresh, good and pure. And how you will know it that it will be better, it will good? Just by touching few amount of sample. That means 1 to apple, 1 to bananas, 1 to brinjal, and then you collect your required amount. This is called the sample. So, sample is very important term in educational research. Sample is a subset or subunit of a large population which represent that population under investigation. Again, an example, your room is full of rats. They disturbed you and you are very anxious, worried about that, and you also angry. A person suppose suggests you a small amount of poisons and you buy it from the local market and apply it. Then you go to the market for large amount to buy it to eliminate all the rats. That means you first focused on the sample, a small amount of poisons. Then as it gives the result, Then you buy it again a large amount. This is called the sample. And again later on, when you buy a large amount, this is called actually the whole amount, that means population. So actually sample is very important and it is necessary, because the studying the whole population or accessibility of the entire population is sometimes very difficult. It is often very uneasy and very trouble, because due to the scarcity of time and non-availability of the funding to collect the data from that sample under investigation. Now, if we consider that this finger or the population and this finger is called the sample, that means the population is in a broader term and sample is the narrower term. A well chosen sample actually ensures the researcher to draw a proper conclusion or make a proper interpretation and make the generalizability about the population under investigation. Suppose a school inspector go to school for the assessment of teaching learning process and the merit of the students. The school inspector first choose the classes in which he enter to assess the teaching learning process and the merit of the students. First class choice, then the choice of the students. After entering this particular class, the school inspector choose few students and ask few questions. If they give the answer of all these questions, then this school inspector assume that the whole classes, the students are meritorious, a good one, and the teaching learning process very good. Now all the students in the school are considered as the population, but particular classes, the students which the school inspector selected, is called the sample. So just by accessing the sample, school inspector giving a conclusion about the whole population, that means all the students in the school. So what is the population? Population is actually the entire group of individuals who is the researcher interested in studying or under the investigation. So what is sample? Again recall, sample is a subunit of that population which represent the whole population, just like as the of LIC agent. Now the fewer terms are associated with that sample. Sample frame, sample size, sampling technique and procedure. Sample frame is nothing but it is actually the list of different sources from where the sample drawn. Just like that a researcher drawn few students from the rural area, a researcher drawn the students from the urban area and semi-urban area. That means resources, sources, a list of sources, that is called the sample frame. And sample size, it is nothing but a total number of sample included, total number of individuals, total number of units included in the sample is called the sample size. Now sampling procedure, this is actually the first method. Actually sample procedure and technique are the process of selection of individuals from the population, either randomly or non-random process. There are two broad categories of the selection of individual from the population. One is probability sampling technique, another is non-probability sampling technique. probability sampling technique involves randomization at and the probability sampling ensures the equal chances of all individuals being selected from the population in the sample. But non-probability sampling involves non-randomization. There is no random technique involved in this process, and the process of selection of individuals or unit from the population is unknown. That means there is no equal chances of all individuals to be selected in the sample. Few method of probability sampling technique is stratified random sampling, simple random sampling, cluster sampling, and few non-probability sampling are convenience sampling, judgmental sampling, quota sampling, snowball sampling, and purposive sampling also. Now the terms of use. Just look at these two questions. What type of sampling technique will be used in case of experimental research in education? Which type of sampling procedure is suitable to conduct experimental research in every stage? And second one is that, is larger population selection is suitable? That means, is the larger sample size the good one for conducting the experimental research in education? Now, just look at these different learning resources here, the link given. Just follow this link and gain better understanding about this sample and in-depth understanding about the different types of sampling procedures. I will come back with different type of sampling procedure for better understanding. Thank you.